the exhaustion cycle, high IQ and ADHD. To your colleagues, your board of directors, or your clients, your track record speaks for itself. You deliver great results, often under immense pressure. But privately, behind the closed doors, the way you achieve those results is exhausting and completely unsustainable. You find yourself trapped in a frustrating loop, taking on a massive project, procrastinating until the last possible second, pulling off a miracle at the 11th hour, and then crashing into profound exhaustion. You promise yourself you will never going to work this way again until the next project begins. If this sounds familiar, you are not suffering from a lack of discipline. You are trapped in the ADHD compensation cycle. Today, we are going to break down 4 distinct phases of the ADHD compensation cycle that highly successful professionals use to mask their executive dysfunction. Before we begin, I want to note this video is for educational purposes only. It's not substitute for psychiatric assessment or personalized medical advice. If you recognize the patterns in your day-to-day life, contact your own healthcare professional to seek support. Phase 1 is the dopamine commitment. The ADHD brain is chronically understimulated. To feel engaged, it actively seeks out high-stakes, complex, or novel challenges. This is why you are often the first person to volunteer for a massive project, a merger, a difficult client pitch, or a complete company restructure. The novelty provides you with a surge of dopamine, making you feel incredibly capable and visionary. But then comes the second phase, which is the executive paralysis. The initial excitement wears off and the project transitions from a grand vision into a sense of boring administrative tasks. For a neurotypical brain, this is just routine work. But for the ADHD brain, a lack of interest translates into a literal lack of neurochemical fuel. Despite knowing how important the task is, and despite having a high IQ, you find yourself completely unable to initiate that type of work. You reorganize your desk, you answer low priority emails, and watch the deadline getting closer, feeling a deep, quiet sense of pressure and sometimes shame. This brings us to phase number 3, which is the adrenaline sprint. Because you cannot rely on dopamine to get you started, your brain unconsciously manufactures a deep panic. You wait until the absolute last moment when the fear of professional embarrassment, letting down your team, or losing a major contract finally outweighs your paralysis. So you start doing something about it, but this is done in panic. Your system is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. Suddenly, everything is clear. The fog lifts. You enter a state of hyperfocus. You lock yourself in your office, work late until the night, process information at a high speed. You don't just finish work. Your high intelligence ensures that that final product is exceptional. Your colleagues praise your brilliance, but they are not aware how much effort and how much stress you had to put in. Phase number 4, it is the crash. Now, you have delivered the results in the end, but the adrenaline leaves your system, results in a severe physical and mental hangover. You feel entirely depleted, irritable, and unable to engage with your family or enjoy your days off. Worse, you have to hide this chaotic process from the world. You may suffer from the imposter syndrome, and you're scared that someday, they may find out that you're not highly organized, but someone just moving from one panic to another. You download a new productivity app. You try to find new ways, but because the underlying neurology did not change, the cycle simply repeats every time. Breaking the cycle. In your 20s, this cycle might have felt like a strength, but as responsibilities grow, as you take on senior leadership roles, manage larger teams, or starting a family, the cognitive load becomes gradually heavier. The adrenaline tax becomes too expensive to pay, leading in the long term to severe burnout. Breaking the cycle requires more than just willpower. It requires clinical precision and clarity. Receiving an accurate ADHD diagnosis is the first step in understanding your brain. Once we understand the engine, we can provide layers of targeted interventions, whether that is precision medication if appropriate, or most important, lifestyle changes and coaching techniques, which are sustainable. You do not have to keep living in an unsustainable pressure to maintain your professional success. It is possible to operate from a place of calm capability. If this cycle reflects with you, I encourage you to consider taking action. You can learn more by visiting our website at adhdspecialist.com. The link is in the description below. Please remember, the goal in mental health is progress, not perfection. Thank you for your time, and thank you for watching.